Everybody. Alright, so this may be one of the most important videos I do in this entire cycle, besides when we end up selling the top. So crypto is about to go parabolic, and I'll show how every prior cycle, what happens right before things just kind of start to explode. So I've got Doge pulled up here, and I use something called Elliott wave. So Elliott wave is 5 wave cycles to the upside. So you have your first cycle here, which the first wave is normally not the biggest wave, and then you have 3 of 3, which is the most impulsive wave, and then you have a 4 wave pullback, and then 5. So basically this is what happens in every cycle in crypto, and we'll look back in times of Doge. So I want you to pay attention to this little bump right here and kind of how it looks, and we're gonna go back in time here. But looking at all of this, if you just look at this structure, right? So this came back and retested. It retested this support level right here. Okay, that's what you want to see a lot of the time. It can come just to the wicks. It can come right here. It can come just a little bit lower, but it's fallen into the box here. Next thing you want to look at is the RSI passing through the 20 line. So this closes tomorrow, and as long as it remains green by 7 p.m. tomorrow, this is going to pass through the 0 line. So every time we pass through that 0 line, we get some kind of move up, right? And also another thing you want to look at here is the trend line broken, right? So you also have a trend line break. It hasn't quite confirmed on the weekly. However, the state of the market, most likely this is going to actually start to move up here. And within a wave 3 cycle, you typically see a 1, a 2, 3 of 3, which is the most impulsive, and then a 5. Okay, you can count those waves within wave 1 and then wave 5. And this is where you want to get out, right? Somewhere around wave 5. And that's what we do in my Patreon group. Okay, so you should see Dogecoin just going parabolic here shortly. Maybe within the next couple weeks or so. Okay, so this is the prior cycle, right? We're going to look back in time. Okay, we're going to go back to 2021 before this big move up. Okay, so this is kind of what we're looking at currently today. Let's get rid of this. So here's your prior cycle high, and then this is your consolidation. I'd say this is more likely, I'd say, where we kind of are right now. Maybe even about right here. Okay, so let's draw this trend line. Okay, we've broken out recently, right? And then we're about to pass this 20 line. Okay, you had a large consolidation, you retested a bunch of this support here. So there's your support. Let's even bring it down about right here. So you've retested this support, you've broken the trend line, you're about to pass the 20 line, and then boom, you just see this monster wave 3 happen, right? And then you have your consolidation, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, so Doge went parabolic. Each cycle becomes less and less, but this one here was ridiculously high. It went up like 5,000%. Okay, then you should start seeing growing volume as well, and that was the prior cycle. So we're either probably somewhere around this area on Dogecoin. Okay, let's even go farther back to the prior cycle, right? this data is a little bit messed up because of it was just really, really new. However, you tested prior support here, and then you started going parabolic, you consolidated, and then you had this monstrous explosion to the upside. And this one was probably about 5,000% as well, it looks like. So that's kind of where we're at on Dogecoin. So just you see some kind of, small bump here before a big move up. Your small bump here before a big move up. And then you've got your small bump here right before that wave 3. Okay, you can do that on a whole bunch of coins. We can look at Ethereum. And we can throw a Elliott wave count on this one too, on the prior cycle. Okay, so you've got your wave 1 here, and then your wave 2, and then your wave 3, your wave 4, and then your wave 5. Okay, they all kind of look, all cycles look a little bit different. However, they all kind of repeat the same thing. Okay, and then here you've got your consolidation range before this big move up, and then your wave 3, and then 5. And what we're kind of doing right now is a very similar formation here. Before that big move up, right? It could sit in here within the year and then start to move, or it can break out at any time it wants to. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at in the cycle. Things should get pretty interesting over the next couple months on the altcoin side. Bitcoin's already up, so I don't expect it to go a whole lot. The money's to be made in the altcoins, but the money's to be lost in the altcoins too if you don't know how to get out. You don't want to make 1,000% on your money and not know how to get out, because you always think it's going to go higher when it doesn't, and then it retraces 50% in a day, and it's just tempting to wait it out, and then it just kind of pulls and sucks your money out. Now I teach ways to get out in my class. For example, we got out, let's look at SHIB. We took profits in SHIB and then we put it in something else. So for example, in my class, let's just clear all this up. SHIB's doing the same thing here, right? Testing out of a falling wedge. In my class, we sold SHIB right at this peak right here. So within this area, we sold at, I think, 90% of our SHIB, right? We put it in another token that's doing really well. And this was, it's fallen. It fell 70% of where we got out, right? I do expect SHIB to make a new high. Volume looks great. The pattern breakout here looks great. But this moved up so fast that I wanted to pull profits, because we were buying this down here and it was like 350% within 2 weeks. So normally when that happens, I want to pull off my profit and put it into something else that I think can make more money faster. We also got in PayPay in the low, and we've sold most of our PayPay already. I think we made 450% on that one and moved it into something else. Now I've been doing this for several cycles now, so I have a pretty good idea of when to take profits. You can't get everything perfect, right? However, for example, on this one we did get out here and then rebuying down here. I've mentioned rebuys down on this breakout. In the last cycle of SHIB, we also bought down here, and we took profits and moved them into other coins. We actually did some trades that increased our percentage by about 20% twice, and then we took some profits and moved into something else over here. I think a little bit higher actually. So that's what my Patreon's about. We also do self-custody, staking, pretty much anything you need to know whenever it comes to crypto, the most important stuff. We do teach that in my Patreon. It's a really sweet deal. So if you're interested in joining, you can comment on here, or I think it should be in my bio as well. And I'll be charting this entire cycle. I just wanted to let you know that crypto is getting ready to explode here. So some of the good ones that we're paying attention to is of course Doge, ICP. We did buy ICP as well. We've been buying ICP for a very long time. This chart's a little messy here. Let me clear some of this up. So ICP we did buy in this box here. All right. So we're up on that one 80% or so, but we also were buying down here at $4, and then I do expect this one to make a new high over time. So if you want any more information on crypto, check out the Patreon. It's going to be a very interesting year.